Okay,
Right,
so right
recording.
now we're recording. Banging,
Amazing.
banging, banging. Awesome, great. Okay, so welcome everybody for joining the call. Thank you so much for taking the time out. I'm just sat in my friend's house actually, so all excuses are equal. And I'm up at 4:30 in the morning. Daryl, it's like your time. Daryl's our newest team member, one of our newest team members.
What?
Big. I said I'm getting up at 4:30 tomorrow. It's like that's like your o'clock. That is.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So Daryl and Habiba, massive warm welcome. This is probably one of their first training calls. I think Habiba was on Sunday. So in case you didn't notice, guys, we got lots of momentum right now in this team. And whether that was you that signed up someone new last week, or whether you're the brand new person that got signed up, or whether you didn't sign up anyone last week, that doesn't matter. You got to feed off that energy. You got to use the fact right now that we've got momentum. We've got things going on right now in the team, and you got to use the energy and that fire and help you propel your business to the future. So if your business, your business didn't grow last week, like Jessie did amazingly, Vianessa did amazingly. They both signed up 2 new people each, and they got both people on the gold package, which is what every single one of us can do. And if they can do it in a week, right, they're both brand new to the business, brand new. They can do it in a week, then guess what? You guys can too. So I've really taken a lesson from what these girls have been doing and the lessons. And then we had a call with Cheryl Cortese earlier. You've never heard of Cheryl Cortese. She's the #1 woman in the world for Juice Plus, #1 income earner. She is our upline, which means she is my mentor. So the way it goes is there's let's say there's Daryl, then Jessie, then me, then my mum, then Lauren, then Cheryl, and then a guy called Jeff Roberti, who's the #1 income earner in the world for Juice Plus, and he's earned over 100 million in commissions. So we are in the success line. Thank you. Yes, amen. We're in the success line, and also that we are in their pay line, which means that when you're an ambassador, you earn 5 levels down. So don't worry too much about this, but I want you to understand that we earn 5 levels down, which means that if you are 5 levels down, Jeff Roberti, which most of you are, that means that whatever you do pays him. So he wants to help every single one of us, as does Cheryl Cortese wants to help us. We're doing private calls with Cheryl once a week. There was me, and bearing in mind, Cheryl's a multi-millionaire, by the way. We have access to a multi-millionaire. Think of the gold nuggets that she has. She's done this business for 30 years. So you want to talk about consistency, you want to talk about discipline, you want to talk about not giving up, then she is your woman, right? So what I really want to say more than anything is if you want one-to-one coaching with her, then be on these calls with Cheryl. Be on them, because you just don't know what that could do for you. So we've got basically every week, well, tonight we had Andreas, me, my mum, Sylvia, and Rebecca, 5 of us on the call. And 4 of us, I mean, I see as Andreas in our team, and really Sylvia too. Like 3 of us from like my mum's direct downline, and 2 of us from my direct downline, and then we have Andreas, who we're all really connected with, that hooks into our team stuff, and then Sylvia, who we do a call with once a week. So doesn't that make you think, who do I spend my time with? That, when I saw that on the call, when I saw Andreas and Sylvia there, I was like, I'm glad I'm spending time with the right people in this business, because I don't want to work with someone that's not showing up to the calls with Cheryl Cortese. Like, I don't mean you guys in the team. I know it was a last minute thing. I mean, like, sideline support and stuff. Why would I want to work with someone that doesn't even show up to the calls, especially when, Andreas and Sylvia have both been in the business for about the same time that I've been in the business. And they understand who Cheryl is, and they understand how important and amazing that is. For you guys, I know you're just brand new learning, which is why I'm trying to tell you. But some takeaways that I got from Cheryl's call, and what I've learned looking at Jessie's and Netta's business this week, is that, what I really want you to do is be ignorant on fire. If you know everything about this business and you've been in this business, I said this to Rebecca yesterday, I said, Rebecca, you're going to start fresh. You're going to forget everything. You're going to pretend you know nothing. Like, Rebecca is very good at what she does. She's very good at being, if there's one team member that any of you should be following in terms of consistency, it's Rebecca, by the way. She's on every single call. She has never missed a call. She's never missed a team training. She's been on everything. She helps me out when recording whenever I need to be. She's helping me out with designing on posters and all sorts of stuff. But not only that, she has a DMO, and she sticks to that DMO. And if there's one person in this team, consistency, it is her. So consistency, that is who you want to follow, Rebecca. So every time you think, am I being consistent? Reach out to Rebecca. She will happily help any of you. You know, Rebecca, how do I get consistent? How do I help my DMO? Like, she will she's already a leader in her own right, and she doesn't really have any team members yet. But that, like, I love that I can look at her and go, she's already a leader. And my job is to make all of you leaders, right? So she, what I really want to say is, you know, like, we've all had our troubles, we've all had our dark times, and she has certainly had them, and never ever used it as an excuse as to not do this business. In fact, she has had her low weeks maybe, or her low days, and then she's picked herself back up and she's built herself back up, and her self-confidence has gone through the roof. The only difference, and I hope, Rebecca, you don't mind saying this, the only difference between her and, you know, perhaps, you know, you can't compare to anyone else, but, you know, I want to say her now and her in the future is, in the future, she knows she's got this. She knows she can own this. She knows that. So I said to her yesterday, I said, the only thing you need to do is own it more. That's the only thing you need to do, because you have everything else. You tick all the other boxes. The only thing you need to do is own it more. And owning it is probably the most important thing. So when I look at someone like, you know, like, if I look at myself, I think, do I own this? Do I step up? Do I put myself in situations every day that I own? Yes, I do. So what I want you to really say to myself is, really, am I owning this? And if not, how can I own this? And if you don't know how, that's why I'm here. So the takeaways and the things that I got from today, and really the actions, these are questions that you want to be asking people. Well, an action that you want to do is, you want to, when you're working with someone, by the way, let's play a game, shall we? First 2 weeks, as of now. So what day is it? It's Thursday. As of now, these 2 weeks, so we've got a week to finish off in March and the first week of April. I want every single one of you to pretend like you're brand new in business, which is handy for those like Daryl that have just joined. Every single one of you pretend you're brand new in business. Your job in these 2 weeks is to get me in as many three-way calls as possible. Your job is to put me in front of as many people as possible. The winner, the person that gets me the most three-way calls will win £100. That's what's going to happen. And you know what? Not only will you win £100, you will get your promotion. So you will have £600 in the bank. I can guarantee it. The person that gets me the most three-way calls is going to end up with walking away from £700. £700. £700. That's near enough £1,000. You could go on holiday, 2 holidays for that. You know, whatever your dream is, whatever your wish is, whatever that is, if you want that, you got to go and chase for it. You have got to go and kick your butt a little bit, you know? And that does not mean, if you're someone that works full time, you don't need to do this all the time. You don't need to do this all day. Setting up, you know, 5 three-way calls a day, like if you really wanted it, you could set 5 a day. If you set 5-way calls a day, that would take you half an hour. That would not take you very long at all. And to do a DMO and to do, you know, a really basic DMO, which stands for daily method of operation for those that are new, to do a DMO and to set 5 three-way calls with me using the system You Can Book Me. Thanks, Andreas, for telling me. It's an absolutely fantastic service. It's so good. You can log on it. You can see when I'm available and you can check it. And you don't have to go through me as a middleman. Like for tomorrow, I'm going to be at Boohoo all day. I'm not going to be able to contact anyone for about 8 hours. I will at lunchtime, but you know, so in them situations, it's really great that you guys can be like, go on, Andreas.
Well, also, you could also count on me as well. So,
oh yeah, great, thank you.
Talked about creating a network, because one of the difficult things about doing 3-way calls is organizing, like basically penning it out and going back and forth between the prospect and the person you're trying to match them up with. So when Tasha is not available, and even if, you know, she's available, I'm also another resource for you guys. So.
For sure. Send me the link for yours with the thing, and I'll post it in the team group too. I don't know if you're in our Facebook group yet, but I'll add you to it and make sure you are. But also, Andreas might be better for someone that's a guy. If you have a guy prospect, sometimes it's better to have a 3-way call with another guy, because sometimes it kind of, you know, I think the only thing we need to check, Andreas, is that time difference, whether it registers that you're available.
When you actually make the appointment, you need what your time is, and it automatically changes it to that time.
Right. Okay. Cool.
So
great.
Okay. And yeah, I mean, I'm also in the U.S., so if you guys know of anyone here in the U.S., I'll be more than happy with that, because obviously I dominate. I mean, I master the plan here, the marketing plan. Okay.
Yeah.
Off I go.
And Also, we'll only be doing the three-way calls will only be 15 minutes. I am being really strict on this. You do not go over 15 minutes because my time is incredibly precious. Your time is incredibly precious. And you don't need to waffle for longer than 15 minutes. You don't need to. It's waffle. It goes blah, blah, blah. We don't need to.
Can I add? Sorry.
Please.
Tell me to shut up if I'm.
No, you're not. I love this. It's great.
So valuable. Okay, so I'm the expert on what not to do. And one of the things, one thing is, I mean, the whole purpose of the three-way calls is twofold. On the one part, to basically fill in the gap for what you guys might not, the people who are starting, what you guys might not have as far as understanding of the product or understanding of the lifestyle or understanding of the company itself or the marketing, right? The other thing is it serves as training for you to hear how we actually talk to the person, to see how we confront any obstacles that may come up and to see how we tell our stories. So it's also important for you to be there taking notes so that you understand what it is that we do later on in the game, what you will be becoming. That's the one thing. But also I have to say that we are trying to create something duplicatable. If we start off having a conversation that like 2 hours, I can assure you that it's going to be so overwhelming when the person you're trying to bring into the business suddenly thinks, oh my God, so this is what it takes. I have to actually talk for 2 hours. I won't be able to handle it. So that's why we're keeping it to, I would say 15 minutes. If you reach 15 minutes, you might be, the conversation might be a little too heavy-handed.
Yeah,
so,
agreed.
Like 15 minutes is like the top. And we're trying to aim 10 minutes so that we know that the person who's coming in, it's an easy breezy thing that all they need to dedicate is 10 minutes. Everyone has 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And if you don't have 10 minutes, then you have more of this juice plus. So
exactly. And as well, people like busy people, they're attracted to them. So if you're like, look, I've got 10 minutes, got another call, they're like, okay. And if I have a one-to-one, sometimes I let that person have 20 minutes. I think I was on the phone for 20 minutes earlier with this guy. But we had a lot to talk about. We had a lot to discuss. And I was also talking to him about other things in life. So when a one-to-one is different, but a three-way, 10 minutes, you ask the 4 follow-up questions. You won't be asking them. It will be me or Andreas asking them. With your prospect, there's so much power in on a three-way, So can someone just tell Monica the training's on now? I'm going to be finishing in 5 minutes because she's commented on the thing. Anyway, so be ignorance on fire. Just honestly, you don't have to know anything to get started in this business. You don't have to know anything. All you need to know. Thank you so much, guys. Look at you all pulling together. I love it. All you need to know, like, ignorance is on fire. Be ignorance on fire, number 1. Secondly is you don't need to know anything. Just go. Just go. Like, write your list. Number 1, write your list. Get your list down. It doesn't have to be, I know I've changed things a little bit. I've got a new pack coming out very soon. I'm very excited to launch it. It doesn't have to be people that you love and care about. Just get 40 bloody names down. 40 names of people that you know. 40 names. The more names you have, the better. Get 40 names down, start speaking to them. Hi, how are you? How's life? Haven't spoken to you in 5 years, 5 months, 5 days. What's going on? Hi, how are you liking your job? Ask questions. You ask questions until you run questions dry. That's what you do. Questions. What are you doing now? Where are you living? Who are you with? How's your kids? How's your wife? How's your friends? La la la. And then they'll ask you. And when they ask you, that's when the gold dust happens. They ask you, and what do? You do not sperm all over them and go, oh my God, I do this thing, I do spells, it's really great. No, You go like this. You go, oh, great, I'm amazing. You are nothing less than amazing, fantastic, or wonderful, right? I'm amazing, I'm fantastic, I'm wonderful. And then they go, what? Why are you so freaking amazing? What's wrong with you? Why are you so awesome? And it's like, oh, I actually just started my own business. What? You're 23 and you started your own business. You're an actor and you have your own business too. Like, what? You're a personal trainer and now you just started your own business. Like, what? Do that, okay? And then people go, oh, what do you do? And you go, oh my God, right. So why did you join? Every single one of you now, write down on a piece of paper, why did I join? And you write down that question, why did I join? And then in this answer, you can say to them, you know what, I met this, if it was me, I'd be like, No, my story's a bit crap. Let's not use mine. If it was Rebecca, I'd say Rebecca would be like, you know what? I met this girl, Tasha, on Facebook. She showed me something that was going to help me achieve my dreams. You tell people your dream. You find the thing that you want to do is you want to find out someone else's dream. That's what you want to do. You want to find out their dream. So while you're asking these questions, you can ask things like, what is your dream? Like, is that your dream job? Are you, what is your dream? If you could do anything, what would you do? Ask this question. Feel a bit ballsy, do it. I encourage you. It could change your life. Then you can say, are you on the path to achieving that dream? Are you on the route to achieving that dream? Are you on the right path to doing that? And if they're not, then that's when you say, oh, really? Well, why not? Or how? And then they'll say, oh, no, I want to be a beautician. And they might say, but I'm working in Sainsbury's. And you'll go, oh, are you on the path to being a beautician? Because they might be doing a side course. And they might go, oh, no, I need the money to start and go beauty school. And you go, oh, here's the powerful question. If you're not writing this down, then why are you on the call? No, I'm kidding. But get a pen. I know Rianne's driving, so she can catch up after. But, have a pen and write down, what if? What if I could show you a way? What if you could do anything you wanted? What if I could help you? What if is the two most powerful questions that you could ever ask somebody. And then they're going to say, yes, no, they're going to say, oh my God, what? And you go, second most powerful phrase, if I sent you a video to watch explaining my new business venture, would you be able to take the time to watch it? Yes, no, maybe. What you have to understand as well is some people are going to love a Zoom call. Some people are going to love a three-way. Some people are going to love a YouTube link. Some people are going to love an online, like a physical meeting. Some people are going to love a coffee with me, right? Some people are going to want a three-way conversation with me. Some people are going to want everything. And you have to understand that people want different things, and that we have to be ready to cater for every single kind of person. And don't be offended if somebody says, oh, can't you just send me a description of the text? Don't be offended if that happens. That's totally fine. Don't be like, no, bitch, you can watch the YouTube link. I'm not explaining it. Don't do that. Just message me and say, what can I say in a paragraph? And I'll say, okay, say this. Because some people are different. Some people don't want to watch a video. They think they're too busy. Bullshit. But, they think they're too busy. So in that situation, we send them a message. Or some people want a voice note. Everybody's different. But you want to, the main point here is you find out someone else's dreams, and then you share your dream and how you're going to achieve that. And then they see that and they go, oh my God, but what if it could help me? Right? So for me, for example, I just find out their dream, share. If your dream is not the same, great. I don't want anyone's dream to be the bloody same, because we're not robots. But, if your dream is not the same, don't be ashamed of that. But talk about how you're going to use the business that you just started to achieve your dream. Understand? Does that make sense to everybody? Just be ignorance on fire. I'm going to keep saying this until every single one of you get it. Ignorance on fire. Do not go sit there and read all the papers, read all the shit. That's never going to pay you. It's never going to pay you. Never. You know what's going to pay you? Getting me 53-way calls in 2 weeks. That is what's going to pay you, because I will show up in every single call that I can. Every single call. If you want me there, I am there. But you've got to get the people. If you don't get the people, I can't do it for you. I cannot get the people for you. You bring the people, I'll bring the presentation. Cheryl Cortese and Jeff Roberti have taught that for 30 years. I am teaching you right now. Andreas is like my biggest fan right now. Go on, go.
So guys, let me just frame this for you guys. What she is saying is exactly what Cheryl Cortese has been saying for eons, okay? You have an enormous resource with Tasha and myself, because I adore Tasha and I will do anything for Tasha and anyone, okay? So it's very important that you absolutely take advantage of this. She's on fire and she's more than happy to see you succeed. Why? Because she basically thrives on that, and she has big dreams for herself, so she's basically rocking and rolling. So what she's saying about, ignorance on fire, it's not so much about just remaining ignorant. It's that you have to acknowledge at this point right now, you have no idea what you're doing. You just know that you are running towards your vision. And that's all you need to know.
Yeah.
When you start like stopping saying, okay, but wait, I have to figure out how to open this highlighter. So I think I can know, right? So you spend so much time that by the time that you actually do this, you're like kind of like, oh fuck, that takes so much time, and I'm just like done, right? You're basically killing your passion. Take advantage. When we're saying ignorance on fire, it basically is go like basically rely on your impulse. Right now, if you're excited, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
We will training you. It's like we're shooting. So imagine yourself as being a rocket. Light the fuel, and we will be guiding that rocket. Because otherwise, like fireworks, they go like all over the place. What we're doing is we're basically going, okay, tap down, tap up, tap up, tap, 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 so that you can actually go straight to a direction. So we're working while we're flying, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I think I want to add, when you're saying, when you have objections, that's why it's so important for you to not depend on yourself. Do not try to be an expert. I have wanted to be an expert so much, and I've wasted so much time doing that. Why? Because you have the experts here, and it's easier for someone else to be able to present information to someone that we don't know, that we have no obligation to. First, it gives the person that you're bringing, the prospect, the freedom to say no, right? And we need to allow them to say no in order for them to sit there and listen to what's in front of them. Because otherwise, and I did this experiment recently, yesterday I went to Hollywood Boulevard, and a friend of mine has an Emmy, and we were like, go take a picture with the Emmy, go take a picture with the Emmy, go! And the moment we approach people wanting to push something on them, this was such a wonderful experiment as far as like, we were doing it for acting, but an experiment for Juice Plus as well. The moment we approached them with what we wanted for them to do, they closed down like clams, right? So when you allow them to say, I don't know if it's for you, they relax because there's no obligation. There's nothing, like they're not being pressured into doing anything. And let me tell you something, when we do our job, when we actually present the opportunity, when we present our stories, they will be, the objective is for them to see themselves in our story. In order for them to say yes to something, to some aspect of it. So one of the things that I found is very useful, and the Australian team, which has taught me a lot, uses, it's simply you place themselves, like for example, it says, oh, I don't have time. A wonderful way of doing it for the time being is, you know what? I used to be I absolutely understand you, because I used to feel the same way. But what I found was blah, 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 right? In the way that you're presenting us, he said, you know what? I am starting, for example, the person that just completely blew my mind was Tasha. So why don't we talk to her and see see if it's something for you or not. But let me tell you, regardless of whether or not you can tell them, regardless of whether or not you end up being, this person, Tasha, is fucking a ball on fire, and she's going to be a great friend regardless. So it's a great person to have in your life. Right there. You have no obligation. It's not about Juice Plus. It's about them just connecting to a person. They always buy. They don't buy the product. They buy you. And we are going to be serving as your ultra ego, egos. Okay? We are going to be serving as who you will be in the future. More Tasha right than me, but guaranteed that the seeds are there. I'm an avocado tree, so it takes a little time.
He's being humble, but yeah. So just do it. Like, what you honestly, that this is what I've seen. Like, is that, by the way, I'm really sorry that we've gone over. I know that I said 20 minutes. It's never 20 minutes, is it? Let's be real. Always. Thank you, Rebecca. But I hope this is okay with everybody that we went over a little bit. I hope that's fine. I'm just waiting for a few people to nod. Great. Most people are on camera. That's okay. But just go. What are you waiting for? I'm thinking of having a check-in call every Thursday night with everybody and having 2 training calls once a week. I don't think 1 is enough, to be honest with you. I think we should just do 2 shorter calls and have them as like bosh instead of having an hour on a Sunday. Because this keeps the team more alive. The action points I really want you all to take from this is going out there, writing your hit list or your wish list, whatever you want to call it. you know, your hit list / wish list, whatever, I don't mind how you call it, but your wish list is people that you want to work with, and there should be a new list that you write every month, people that you add to every month, and on that wish list, with that wish list, you know, you've really got to think about, oh, who do I want to help, and reach out to them. And it's like, Rebecca, I don't know if you can help me remember a couple of things that we said yesterday when we did that call. I said to Rebecca, I was like, look, you know, she's been in the business a couple of months, and I was like, look, why don't you just be a bit ballsy and say to people that you really want to work with at work, or, you know, your friends that perhaps haven't paid any interest yet, just be like, hey, you know what, I'm really serious about this, I'm really running to the top, and this is what I'm going to do, this is my dream, it's going to help me achieve my dream. Do you know anybody that I can help, or do you know anyone that wants to come with me? Or, you know, even ask, you know, like, I'd really love you to do this with me, you're my friend, I've been friends with you for a while. If it's not for you, that's totally fine, but I'd really love you to meet my friend Natasha, because she's the reason I said yes. Like, just use me as much as you want. And I don't say that to big myself up. I hope you see that. I say that because I have been in every single one of your shoes. I have fought and fought and fought and fought and fought. And I'm 2.5 years in nearly, well, 2 years in, and I'm still here. So something's going right, surely. So I think what we all need to do is write a new hit list, a new wish list, whatever you want to call it. What does Cheryl call it? Treasure list. You know, and right now, if it's someone if you're not the person that,
dream
who is your dream team? Like, who do you really want to work with? Like, just be a bit ballsy about it. Like, what have you got to lose? The worst thing is that they're going to say no. And guess what? If they say yes, then you've got a new team member, or you've got a new someone on the products. Forget customers. Forget focusing on customers. You build a team. You get 10 new team members. This is the way we're doing it now. You get 10 team members. You get every single one of them in gold. And what do? You get to SDD, and you already have a team, and you never know who out of that 10 is going to smash it. Out of every 10 person, 3 out of every 10 people in the business, 3 do something, 1 of them is your superstar. And I can say for myself, having signed up 55 people, I have about 5 superstars. And they might not be in the business anymore, but they helped make me a lot of money when they were in the business. So they were a superstar. Do you know what I mean? And they brought a lot of momentum and a lot of energy to the team. And I know exactly right now who's on this call. I know exactly who's a superstar out of, you know, what we already have in the team right now. I know exactly who. And you know who too. You know you do it too. Whether you do a little or whether you do a lot in this team, you're still a blessing. I'm still very grateful to have you take your time out and be in this team. And just because you don't want to be an NMD at the same time that I'm an NMD, that doesn't matter. That doesn't mean that can't wait to walk the stage with you as an NMD. Of course, I want you to do it at the same time as me, but that is your journey, not mine. It's not my journey. This is your journey, and I'm here to help you on that journey. So I want you to all write down, step into the energy that the team has right now. Run with the energy that the team has. Forget it. If you don't have any momentum right now, if you feel like in your business you don't, yes, you do, because you're part of a team that does. You're not on your own. You're in a team that has a lot of momentum right now. So you are in this together with me, okay? With us as a team. The momentum I have, the momentum Jessie has, the momentum Netta has, the momentum Natalia has, the momentum Rebecca has, the momentum Andrea has. We all have momentum, and we all can build together. And there is so much power when we all join together. A phrase I want you to write down that you're going to start saying, I would love you all, and I think we should all be saying it anyway, is when someone wants to join as a customer, you say to them, hey, look, why don't you join as a team member, earn your commission back? Like, how would you consider doing that so you can earn the commission back on your own products? And you never know who you can help in the future. You're going to love it anyway. You're going to love it anyway. That's the phrase you got to write down. You're going to love it anyway. Why not? You're going to love it anyway. They'll make all the commission back. For the 50 quid they joined to sign, they'll make that back on their gold package order anyway, which you shouldn't be giving anyone anything less other than the gold package. Another thing, the final point-ish that I want you to write down is listen to people's hearts and listen to their needs. What do they need? And if you don't know the answer, then you haven't asked the question. That is what you got to do. You don't know the answer, you haven't asked the question. Honestly, listen to people's hearts, connect with people. What do you enjoy doing? What gets you up in the morning? What keeps you up at night? What is your why? What's the reason you do what you do? If you could do anything, what would you do? Get really curious about these people, really, really, really curious. And then listen, be a bloody good listener. So, you know, I think all of you know that we're discussing this, but I'm hilarious. I'm going to bring this into it, but this is how much it means to people, right? So, you know, obviously I've been on a date with that guy who's a hunk. Anyway, there's a meaning behind this, I swear. So he's a really good listener. And my ex-boyfriend was amazing, but a shit listener. He didn't listen to a word I said. And that really used to piss me off. I used to hate it. I used to say, oh, can you do this? And he'd forget. And then the day later, I'd be like, did you do that thing? He'd be like, no. And I'd be like, you forgot again. And it really made a difference in my life and my mood. This guy, like, said, it doesn't matter what happened or whatnot, but he basically said something. And then I went, yeah. And it's like the third time he said something in like 3 times of seeing him. Yeah, he's been my friend for a year. But anyway, the third time of seeing him. And he's like, oh, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah. And he went, I listen, don't I? And looked at me because he could see the look in my face. And I'm like, yeah, you really do. I'm like, oh my God. But this is what I mean. I felt so valued because he listened to me. He paid attention to what I was saying. He listened and I felt so valued. And I was like, oh my God. Don't get me wrong, I'm going to be single for a couple of years. But that was, at that point in time, I was thinking, this is a guy that's not just a, you know, not just a playboy. Like, he isn't. He actually freaking listens. He listens. So be that listener. Be that person that listens to people. Honestly, be that one. In terms of social media, let's get really curious on social media too. You know, make people really curious. Do not post the Juice Plus products on social media. Do not. It's like the worst thing in the world to do. Why would you do that? Don't do it. You know, post a picture of a shake. Post a picture of you. Selfies work magic. Just pictures of you. All the time. Just be a fool and no one cares. The more fun you have, the better. You know, and check every other day what people are liking the most and post more on that. You know, don't post any pixelated images. People don't like pixelated image. You know, get clear images from places like Pinterest and stuff. If you're struggling for images, I have thousands. You know, food-wise, get nice pictures off Instagram. It doesn't have to be yours. If you haven't got WordSwag, I fully recommend downloading WordSwag. It's an app. Putting your own branding on this WordSwag thing. Thanks, Rebecca. You know, use the brand Model Me. Like, this Model Me is not about models. Model Me is about healthy body image. That is what I'm leaning towards more now. It's, for me, from my perspective, it's about healthy body image. For Rebecca, it might mean something else. You know, Rebecca, actually, Model Me might mean something like mental health, you know, like keeping a lock on your mind and controlling yourself and putting positive thoughts into your mind, right? For someone like, I don't know, for my mum, it would be, you know, being a healthy mum. Do you know what I mean? Everybody's different, but Model Me is not about models. Model Me is role model me. That is what Model Me stands for. So all of you are part of that brand. I am changing my name, Freshminter, to Model Me, which is quite scary, but also definitely the right decision to make because it's my niche and that's what people want to know me as. So I hope this added value to everybody. I would really appreciate if you could post and comment and whatnot. Andrea's biggest fan. If you could post in the group and whatnot and share what you learned from this call. I would really like to do this once a week for those that really want the extra guidance and the extra buzz. But let's do this. What are you waiting for? You know, there's a £50 cash prize on the table for anyone that signs up the most team members this week. I'd love to see who's going to get it. Like, you want money? Let's talk money. I'm ready. You ready? I'm ready. So let's talk money. Like, if you want the money's what's going to make the difference in your life, then I will match that goal, because I know that when I match the goal and I say to you, get me 50 three-way calls in 2 weeks' time, you're going to change your life. You're going to fast track so quickly to not even SDD. I'm talking SC level. You're going to fast track there so quickly that you're going to be like, I'm so glad I just did an hour of work a day. An hour